This is the G Podcast with your host, Tommy B.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 212 of This is the G Podcast. Yes. I'm Tommy B, and each week we do news, politics, pop culture, and that piping hot tea from the one and only Tanya B. Biden and Talib are back this week, and Biden's memory and Monique on Club Shay Shay lead the week's hot topics. Tanya B, of course, has the hot tea, man. We lost one of the spinners. Oh, no. And this episode was taped Super Bowl weekend. So let's go ahead and get into it with news from Syracuse Mike. Mike, what you got?
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
Britain's King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer. The palace did not provide further details except to say it was a separate issue, indicating it was not prostate cancer. The king was just released on January 29th after being treated for an enlarged prostate. Prince Harry has spoken to his father and plans to travel to Britain in the coming days to see him in person. Today, a federal appeals court ruled that former President Trump is not immune from prosecution in the 2020 federal election case. Trump has indicated that he will appeal, but many legal experts were not surprised by the ruling and believe that the Supreme Court will likely refuse to consider his appeal. In Michigan, a verdict against the parent of a shooting suspect.
Of involuntary manslaughter as to Madison Baldwin, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. On count 2 of involuntary manslaughter.
And so it went. Jennifer Crumbley, the mother of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley, found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for all 4 counts in connection with the shooting deaths of 4 students at Oxford High School in November of 2021. School officials testified that the parents chose not to take their son home despite telling them to get him immediate help. This is the first time that a parent has been found guilty in connection to the actions of their child in a mass school shooting. Ethan Crumbley's father faces trial in March. President Biden made it clear that as far as he's concerned, one person is to blame for what looks like the collapse of a bipartisan package to address immigration policy and to provide aid to Ukraine and Israel.
Trump and the MAGA Republicans said no because they're afraid of Donald Trump. Afraid of Donald Trump. Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Speaking from the White House, Mr. Biden said the $118 billion bill is a result of an extraordinary effort by a bipartisan group of senators. He and other Democrats maintain that Trump wants to kill the bill so that he can use the border as a campaign issue. In a surprise press conference Thursday night, President Biden pushed back against Special Counsel Robert Hur's report concerning his handling of classified documents, which also made reference to the president's memory.
There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business.
However, Mr. Biden later confused the leaders of Mexico and Egypt in a response about the situation in Gaza. That brief slip-up has now become one of the main takeaways from the press conference. So what drove the president to address the report? The Justice Department special counsel investigating Biden's handling of classified documents released a report concluding that he willfully retained classified materials but will not face criminal charges. Sensitive records were found in 2022 and 2023 at the president's Delaware home and a former office. The lengthy report referred to Mr. Biden as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. The references to his memory were plentiful throughout the report, something his Republican critics have already jumped on. But the report notes that Biden cooperated with the federal probe and drew a sharp contrast between the current president and former President Trump, who faces criminal prosecution for deliberately retaining classified material and allegedly refusing to return the documents.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you so much, Mike. Talib and Vi are here, man. I'm just going to give them their applause, and we're going to jump right in. Talib Shabazz, Vi the country commentators in the building. Y'all, we got a lot, man, so I want to go ahead and jump right in. Let's start with Biden, man. The memory is becoming an issue this week, and not everybody's talking about it, but look at Talib already. The hate has already, the little hate train has already. Special Counsel Robert Hur, who was appointed by Merrick Garland, decided not to charge him in the case of the documents found in his possession going back to 2017. But, Hurt decided he's going to pull a James Comey, like Comey did Hillary, and just drag Biden over the coals a bit. So he said basically Biden wasn't going to be prosecuted because he would present to a jury as an elderly man with a poor memory. Okay. He went on to say that the president's memory appeared to be or to have severe limitations. In his notes, he said Biden could have found the classified Afghanistan documents at his Virginia house in 2017 and then forgotten about them soon after. And this would convince any jury that he did not retain them willfully. So it's the elderly man concept, getting pity from the jury. Also, during the interview with her, Biden twice appeared to be confused about the end of his term as vice president. The report also indicates Biden could not remember even within several years when his son Beau died. And it didn't get any better because, I just happened to be flipping channels, the press conference is on, and I caught the exact moment when Biden referred to the president of Egypt as the president of Mexico in terms of dealing with the Gaza. It was a bad look for anybody who believes the president's too old. It was just vindication for their argument. I'm gonna start with you, Vi. When you hear all this, what are your thoughts, man?
I don't care. I care, but I don't care. If I got a choice between Biden, whose memory is fading, or Trump, the sadist, Satan, no, I don't care. I mean, they need to get a better prospect. Huh? Yeah, I'm calling Trump Satan. I don't care.
No,
I don't care. I mean, if I got to choose between Biden and Trump, it's easy. It's easy. Like I said before, it's the lesser of two evils. No. Though there's no one you can get me to put Trump in the office unless it's somebody like Duke. Then I vote for Trump.
Wow. You going back to David Duke. Okay.
That's the only way I put. That's the only way. That's the only way to get my voice. If I got a choice between David Duke and Trump, I choose Trump.
I might have to do a write-in. I may have to do a Nikki Haley. None of the above.
That ain't gonna help us none.
All right, what you got? No, it's not. But Talib, what you got, man?
Man, I really don't even understand why we're talking about this. The dude said he was only going to run one term. One term. That's what you said. When you came into this thing, you were only coming for one term. You had an agenda. You thought you was going to be able to get some stuff done. Now you're saying that you want 4 more years. But you sound like Mushmouth. When you speak, he got that real grandpa, listen, come on, listen, okay. We could talk about what Biden has been able to do as a president. The job numbers are looking pretty good. The economy is robusting, inflation is down. The Fed is talking about lowering interest rates. Housing market is kind of, leveling out somewhat, if not just totally going down in terms of prices.
Right.
So, the dude does have, some good things that, he can talk about. But going forward, I think that we, for people who generally vote Democrat, I think you're doing yourself a disservice by not realistically looking at where this man is in his life, and finding a candidate that's going to really be worth something. For once, not say, I know you're never going to say fuck the donors, but at some point you have to be like, look, You know, this is not a good look. Honestly, Joe Biden is not a good look. And I don't have anything personal to say about Joe Biden. But look, man, this is about confidence in a leader. And I don't have confidence in you taking it 4 more years. So unless you're planning on changing out Kamala, I'm really trying to throw my weight behind somebody else.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, man. It concerns me. This was the week where, I may have been, all right, we can get through this. All right, we can get through this. But I will tell you, watching that press conference, it looked like a man under siege. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but whereas most presidents I've seen in my lifetime, even like an Obama, a Bush, these guys can command the presence at a press conference with the press. I kind of felt he was losing control of the press conference, especially when he made that comment about El-Sisi being, and I may be saying his name wrong, the president of Egypt, the president of Mexico. I said, damn, I caught that. I mean, because I'm watching it real time. Right. And everybody, he's known for making gaffes. His career has been, a gaffe. He's got a gaffe, going back to when he was, a senator in Congress, okay? Bottom line is, right now, he looks frail.
Yes. And
it's tough to watch the press conferences. It's tough. So I do think they need, and Kamala ain't it. I'm just going to be quite honest with you. I wasn't a fan of Kamala when she was running against him in the primaries. I was with Julio Castro. I was not a fan of Kamala. So it's hard for me to even look at Kamala as the backup because I never thought she was strong in the primaries. So I get what you're saying, Vi. I get it. Nobody wants Trump to go back into office. But on the other hand, we need a better choice. And I think the DNC, maybe behind closed doors, better have a plan B. And it better not be Kamala. Because, people are like, the black people go, no, that's not what I'm hearing.
No.
Go ahead, Vi.
I mean, I get what y'all saying. I agree with y'all. He's not a good choice. But if he's the only choice we got between him and Trump, who you gonna vote for?
But here's my point, Vi. Let me go to that. The DNC, and this is where I go with you, Talib. When a few months ago you were talking about the primary, we need to have people in the primary. In normal situations where you've got a president who's in office, who's not 81, 82 years old, which I'm not an ageist. I'm just saying this man's about to be the oldest president. This is uncharted waters that we're in. We've never had a president this old. Yeah. Okay, not even when Reagan was old, people were saying that nigga old.
Exactly.
People, toward the end, they were like, people back in the day, people were like, does Reagan know where he is? You know what I'm saying? People knew something was up with Reagan. And Reagan wasn't 82.
Right.
So now the DNC needs to stop gaslighting us. Telling us this, because that's what's going on.
Exactly.
Stop gaslighting the fuck out of us. Telling us,
point with Baker.
Telling us it's raining, and
but the point is,
I get you, but my point is, you've got to say to people, or at least have, maybe they can't say to people, okay, but don't gaslight us, because now these incidents make it seem like you're gaslighting us.
Again,
even more.
I agree with everything y'all say, and I think we do need a better candidate. But if that's the only candidate we got, what are we supposed to do if that's the only candidate we got?
Well, why can't we demand a better candidate? Why are we just sitting here? No, I mean, really, this is at what point in history do we say, look, man, no, yeah, man, come on.
I think it's a little.
But see, but here's the point, Vi. Here's the point. This is nothing new,
right?
People have been saying this for over 2 years.
And they have not done anything.
You do know he's about to turn 82. So I think, and let me say,
Who you think out there can beat Trump right now besides Biden?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, what are you gonna do? Weekend at Bernie's? You know,
y'all making jokes. I'm being serious.
I'm not. Look,
you still give me somebody out there who you think can beat Trump. Give me somebody that can beat Trump. I'd rather have Kamala Harris than Trump.
I'm just saying.
I'd rather have her.
I'm just saying Trump. if it's just like even I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying Trump is. I mean, Trump. Something wrong with Trump too.
I mean,
Trump doesn't even know the difference between Nancy Pelosi and I mean,
my thing is coming.
I mean, we're not.
But that is all they're offering us. That is all they're offering us.
No, but here's what's going to happen, and I'm just going to say this, and I'll throw it back to you, Vi, to respond to it. Here's what's going to happen. It's not going to what's happening is you're not. The big thing is going to be turnout. Okay, you're not motivating the electorate,
right,
by giving them something they don't want. Okay, so the thing that people are going to do is they may go and vote for the people who are just adamant about democracy. Will go out and vote, but the people who are like on the fringe, on the fence, that doesn't motivate the independent voter to go out and just vote for Biden because he's the only choice.
Right.
Something else is going to happen, and the other option buys for them not to vote.
Right.
That's not option.
Low turnout.
Right.
That's not option.
And if you're right, Vi, to you, because you understand what's at stake. For a lot of people, they don't see Trump as all that bad.
Well, and
I agree. I'm like, what? But there are people who say, well, if it happens, it happens. So what?
And I have no sympathy for them when they suffer the consequences. I said, don't talk to me. If you didn't vote and you voted for Trump, to me, you have no say so. You have none.
And they gonna say F you.
You know what? Because that's okay. That's okay because that's what I'm saying to them in a polite way. F you.
Yeah.
I've lost many friends.
Go ahead, Talib.
I have lost many friends. Once I found out they vote for Trump, okay, we're not friends anymore. What? No, we're not.
All right, Talib, I'm gonna go to you on the last word on it, man.
Right. The real of it is that once again, we not only we have a rematch of Beelzebub, you know what I mean, and it's like.
I think that's a little.
We didn't like it the first time. We didn't like it the first time. We didn't like it the first time.
He's not.
And you guys are bringing it back. I'm not saying either one is either. What I'm saying is that you always are giving us the lesser of two evils. Yeah. And not only we've already told you we didn't like either of these two evils the last time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here we are again for another contest.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Seriously. I mean, we are seriously in a bizarro world. And I know I just said seriously like 4 times in that last sentence, but I really mean this is getting to the point where it's stupid. You can't this is terrible script. It's terrible script.
Hey,
and it's real life. It's our real life.
We don't believe in democracy or the right of people. We just believe in politics. That's it. Ain't no right or wrong.
Right.
It's who can win. It's who can win. That's all they care about.
Well, I mean, I agree. And to be quite frank, I mean, I think we're at least our audience may have gotten used to the option of Obama for the most part. First term, it was a no-brainer.
Right.
And then second term, there were some people who said, I'm going to still vote for him.
Right, exactly.
But
if they can convince Michelle to go, they have it wrapped up.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
vote for Michelle. You know
what I'm saying? If they get Michelle to go, right, they have it wrapped up.
That's not going to happen.
She saw what
that's why I can say it. Right. That's why I can say it with this much confidence at this particular moment.
Because it's not going to happen.
They've already asked her several times.
It's a wrap for that.
No. She saw what they did to her husband.
I mean,
I'm not doing this no more.
No, I mean, and can you blame her?
No,
Not
because
at
we didn't
all.
appreciate our hub. She said, no, for what? Y'all didn't appreciate him. I ain't gonna do it.
No, look, man. Yo, man. As much as Michelle got called a monkey, no, I'm not.
Or a man,
Be like,
all the stuff she had to deal with, yeah.
And then put her grown,
Yeah.
now her daughters are grown now to put them through it again? No, I don't blame. I wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Love your thoughts. Castropolis.net, people poll. Monique,
Yeah.
come on Shay Shay. I'm not going to rehash and go into details. I'm just going to hit the bullets here. Y'all probably already seen it. Everybody's probably already seen it by now when this is released. Tyler Perry got the hit, of course. Oprah got the hit, got dragged. DL, of course, that mess escalated, and Will Packer got pulled into the fire. About the blown up almost Christmas trailer explosion. So he's part of the mess now. Not to mention that after it was all said and done, it was announced that the Monique will be joining Cat Williams on the Dark Matters tour. So just for me, but I'm gonna leave that alone. What's the big takeaway? I'll start with you this time, Talib. What's the big takeaway for you hearing all this? And should we care?
Okay. We, there's so many takeaways on this one, and I'm really trying to see if I still like Shannon Sharp, because after Cat Williams, the next guest that you have is Monique.
Yeah.
If that's not the one, if that's not just like, hey man, we're going for the big ratings, we going for the whole truth telling, you know what I mean? I'm not sure where Club Shay Shay is going. First of all, I hate that name.
Hey, can I say something to you today? You'll like this.
Yeah.
He needs to bring on Marianne Williamson to try to calm the sea. Y'all Google her. But anyway, Talib's girl.
Yeah.
But at least you would try to bring the karmic universe back into alignment. It's just too toxic. It's too toxic. But go ahead, I'll let you roll.
Truly. So the only thing, what I'm in the nutshell, as far as I'm concerned, everybody. Yeah, we're starting to get into the realm of everybody's truth. And everybody's truth is not the truth.
That's right.
So what I would say is before we really start to go on this big bandwagon, because I really only watched about the first 40 minutes of it. And I like Monique, but Monique is not funny. She's not funny. She's not funny to me. She's humorous. She's tolerable. She'll have some moments where I'm like, okay, yeah, she got it. But, in terms of like a ha-ha, hold my stomach, she's not that, but she is. What I will say about Monique is that in my limited interaction with her, she looks out. I don't know about how she looks out for anybody else or, trying to put people on or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
But I know that she looked out for a situation that I was in a major way. And I will not ever forget that because she didn't know who we were from a can of paint. You know what I mean? But she did what she did. And I was like, yo, man, that's amazing. You know, when she has her platforms, it seems to be that she takes care of the people that she's supposed to. I've never heard Rodney Perry say anything nasty about Monique, and DJ Ant Love, who, I've never heard him say anything nasty about Monique, the people that were in her band from her show, and that's just the people that I've had direct interaction with. So, again, my thing is, I understand her because it's when I try to take this to you, you don't respond or you brush me off. So now I just have to take this to the public because you're not hearing me, and I feel like I'm getting lost. And if that was the extent of it, then I get it, and I'm like, yeah, but this is years later. We've been talking about this since Precious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
at some point, you know, what is your end game? You know, as far as my question to Monique is, why are we still talking about this at this point? Have you not gotten your public justice from what you said years ago? Because you're not going to get it from them. If you're looking for it from them, it's not going to happen. It hasn't happened in this time. You know,
not outside of a courtroom.
Right, exactly. So either take it to court, get real justice, or finally, can we finally leave this in the court of public opinion for what it was and move on to the next subject? Because I can't wait to see who's coming next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On Club Shay Shay.
What you got, Vi?
I mean, I don't have anything against Monique. It's not entertaining. It's not. She's not, I'm like him, she's not funny. At one time she was funny, but now when she tells her story, she's telling a story soap opera, and it's not funny. Like he said, you said the same thing years ago. You went at Netflix. Netflix gave you a special. I couldn't even watch the whole special because she was doing the same thing she did on Shannon Sharp. I'm going, when I see this special, they give you this special for you to make folks laugh. We are not laughing.
Right.
I'm not laughing.
Right.
And I'm not down that she did not go through this, but I'm like, here, we win is enough. Tyler Perry is not, he don't know what he's going to do. Oprah has done what she's going to do. If you think you're going to get a payday from them, you're not. Because especially Oprah is not in the business. She's not in that world no more. Oprah got so much money. She's not worrying about that no more. And Tyler Perry got so much money. He's not worried about that anymore. They're in more like the business of buying networks and stuff. No. My thing is,
but they still executive produce. They still executive produce. They're still involved in projects.
I don't think what she's doing can hurt. I don't think she's capable of hurting them anymore by telling it, because this has been told once and nothing happened. Those are rich people problem, not poor people problem.
Yeah,
like she got the Netflix special. I'm like a deal.
And she got the Netflix special. She got the I guess you would call it an apology from Lee Daniels. She's been placed in the BET Plus, the movie The Reading, which was directed by Lee Daniels. She got her into that. Let me finish. She got her into that project. I hear what you're saying. I agree with you. Let me tell you, man. I've been doing going back at least 10 years. Okay, doing a podcast, 10, 12 years. Okay. When I first started doing the podcast, part of our entertainment report included, her basically not complaining. I mean, bringing out valid points about the pay gap. In terms of black women in Hollywood. I was on that train big time, and I still am. I don't think it's been resolved. It's a major issue, even coming up to date. My issue is I agree with her. I think what she wants from Tyler Perry and what she wants from Oprah can only be gotten in the courts, because she's also mentioning that it cost her tens of millions of dollars. Sounds like a lawsuit to me. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like, sounds like a court situation to me. The other thing is, I think, but still, if you're going to bring it up, take it to court.
Right.
The other thing is because we're still seeing a lot of what she's advocated for not be resolved. The biggest thing for me is when you look at the Forbes top 10 and you don't see any black women in the most paid actresses top 10, we still have the same issue. All these black actresses are sitting on the sidelines not getting paid. But another actress who does Barbie can get over $50 million for that one movie. Okay? So, I have to ask, you're right, Vi. I mean, when is enough? But on the other hand, I think how can we take the energy and advocated to fix the wrongs. Now, I think if she can redefine it, or how do you call it? If she can take that energy and turn it into advocacy, then I think it wouldn't be as toxic as it comes across, because now it's just coming off as toxic. Does that make sense?
It does. What I'm trying to say, I'm saying it. If she gonna do it a way where she's actually being an advocate, instead of going to show up like Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams. Well, I'm looking at you as a comedian. I'm not looking at you as an advocate right now. I'm looking at you as a comedian.
But I don't. Let me say, I don't think, and I'm going to address both you guys. I don't think. I think Monique is more of an actress now. She's in her actress space, and hear me out. She's in her actress space. She's not in her stand-up space anymore. You know, the things that she's won awards for, she's won in that actress space. She's won an Academy Award. So it's just like as she compared herself to Melissa McCarthy, and look, Melissa McCarthy is really no longer funny. She's more of an act. She's not the funny she was when she first got into the business.
No,
comedians when they become actors, they evolve and things change. Even Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's not as funny as he was when he did Raw.
No, he's not. But
in the first stand-up days,
and
because he's an actor now. Even Chris Rock is going to be in the same space because we see him as an actor. But I'll leave it at that. Go ahead, Bob.
My point is, I agree with you on that. Then why are you touring with Cat Williams?
But that's and that surprised me too. That was a surprise.
That's my point.
I agree.
Why are you touring?
I didn't expect that. But you know what? You know why, Vi? It's money.
Come on.
You getting on the man.
What? We got the two.
I was all about seeing Cat Williams. I was all about seeing Cat Williams, but when I found out, I was like, I'm not paying to see that. No.
But it's about the bag. It's about the bag. It's about the money now. But you know, I don't. You know, here's the thing, man. How many of y'all have ever, growing up, you've always had that person who just couldn't get over it, and it was like when you saw him at the family reunion. Motherfuckers calling everybody out.
And you know what I did?
How many people you got in your?
I avoid that person at all costs.
That's my
when
point.
I see you, I say, hey, give you five, shake your hand, and keep on moving. I'm not going to stop having no conversation because I know where we going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know where it's going. We all know those people, and I'm not saying there's some things you can't let go, and there's some things you shouldn't let go.
And then she goes.
There's some people who verbalize everything that they can't let go all the time. That's just the nature of any relationship, any family, any group of friends. In that group, there's always somebody who can't let shit go, and they're gonna tell you about it every time they see you.
Right. And my point with
Talib
Monique,
and I know somebody.
and my point with Monique,
Talib, you and I have a common. Talib and I have common friends.
Okay.
Who can't. Hey, Talib, am I right or wrong? Look me in the eye.
And my point with Monique. This is the last time I say this.
Hey, I'm not joking about it. But
I mean, listen.
And it's not that we love that. We love it, but it's kind of like, oh shit, we gotta hear this again.
My thing is, you know, I understand, and just to even kind of something that, you know, that friend and I have talked about as well. I understand what it means to put up the money in order to fund whatever we've got going on. If you are putting up the lion's share of the money, then you are entitled to the lion's share of the return.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay me.
Correct.
Not just what I'm worth, but what my real value is.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
No,
we get this thing twisted in this capitalistic world that we live in. We don't live in a pure capitalistic society. If we lived in a pure capitalistic society, then we wouldn't have to worry about tax loopholes.
Yeah.
And salaries would be fair. because as labor, I could command what the market will really bear because it's worth it and it's quality and you want to pay for it. You know, so we've got this whole thing twisted in the way that we look at it. You know, this whole thing where the common, what I always thought was just the music business and or just the entertainment business is really the motto of all business, you know?
Yeah.
And that is, for me, I'm not going to pay you because this whole pay dues type of mentality, you know.
In the beginning.
Right, come on now. Guys, look. Yes. For someone who is a novice, there is a novice pay.
Yeah.
And as you grow to an intermediate, then you get an intermediate pay. And then as you go to a master, you get a master's pay. I'm not, you know, but this whole, I'm taking advantage of you just because.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's
you
a
know,
bit much.
Taraji Henson is worth $1 million and is worth a multi-million. That's a multi-million-dollar performance that she's capable of giving, and you know it. Why are you still trying to offer her peanuts?
Can I stop you there for a minute, Talib? Because I want to ask you this. I don't think it's about a lot of what she's saying and the advocacy.
Right.
I don't think it's about the advocacy at all. I don't. Because most people support her advocacy for what's right.
Right.
I think in a lot of cases, what Vi is saying, it's how she does it.
Right. Indeed.
And whether or not we're getting the results from her advocacy. Does that make sense? Am I on point with that?
Yeah, no, you're totally on point. And really, and I'll leave it where after I say this.
Yeah.
My last statement wasn't necessarily based to this situation, but this industry as a whole. This notion. We have to change a lot of mindsets as we are moving forward. You know, I'm not going to say what everybody has a different path, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what the mindset should be. But this hustle mentality of getting over mentality, not paying people what they're worth, you know, hook me up. We got to do away with that. You know, at this stage in the game, we can't survive off of that. And if we are melanated peoples trying to do business with each other, you know, and even reaching out to other melanated peoples, because that's what kind of juice the U.S. has in relation to the world.
Yeah,
we got to do better. We just got to do better.
Agreed. I agree with you. Last statement, Vi?
Yeah, I don't want to say.
I'll leave the last thing.
I mean, I understand what Monique doing. It's just that it's like she stopped trying. I mean, right now they're giving her chances to get the money, but to me, she's blowing it by bringing this old stuff back up. Move on. It happened. You said your piece. So move on and try to be a success in what you're doing right now. Because I think she's hurting herself more than she's helping herself right now. And if you're being an advocate, why bring us stuff but between me and you and D.L. Hughes? That didn't have anything to do about pay. And it's like, what's the other girl name she threw in the bus by talking about her and her husband? That didn't have anything to do about being an advocate. Because if you're going to be an advocate and leave the other stuff alone. But when you start throwing that other stuff at them going, what are you doing? Now you just made me forget about the stuff you're actually trying to mean, the stuff you're trying to preach. Now I'm thinking about you and D.L. Hughley and what the girl name was on the girls trip. She's talking about because she said something about her husband. Why are you talking about those two things?
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish. So
either you're going to be an advocate
that came up as well.
Or you're going to be a storyteller.
Yeah.
You can't be both.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying. That's why I understand where she going. I agree what she's talking about. But when you start talking about the other stuff, okay, no. I mean, do one or the other. Either you're going to be like Cat Williams. Cat Williams was being funny and just Cat Williams tried to sell his show. And it worked. I don't know what Monique do. I'm confused what she's trying to do.
Well, I mean, I think, again, I go back to that family member, man, that just, you know, I'm not saying you should let things go. And I agree with you, Talib. Whenever there's a situation where it's abusive, and it's a situation that you discussed. I'm not going to rehash what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe it's a cautionary tale you're sharing.
Right.
But I guess what a lot of people who have stood by her, and I did. I mean, in the beginning, man, I was there. I mean, like, I agree. Netflix, yep, you're wrong. Hollywood, you're wrong. And to this day, I mean, the pay gap is ridiculous when it comes down to, how black actors and actresses are being paid. It's,
Right.
I mean, it's right now, you can just pull the numbers.
Yeah.
It's there. But you have to ask, why isn't this being resolved? And I had a conversation with someone on X, and what they were saying was, I mean, it's individualism isn't helping Hollywood, because you've got people like Spike and Denzel and of course Tyler and Oprah, all these big names. Hell, they could come together as an advocacy and try to fix what's going on, talk to these big studios. But have they?
And I think Denzel has,
you get my point?
I think Denzel has said his point, but like,
We don't know.
How far do you expect them to go though?
Well, I think there's strength in numbers, and this is what I've said about Hollywood. I mean, when you have legend, when you get to a certain point, for us in the '90s, Spike Lee was the man. I mean, that was, and then you look at the '90s and you look at how it was the golden era. I'm just going into film right now. You had all these directors, but how many are left? The Hughes brothers, Menace to Society, those guys, hit or miss now and then. You think about, Singleton passed away, Fuqua, what's his name, who did the videos, Hype Williams, all these cats. I mean, when we get it, we hit it big as a collective, and knowing what's going on behind the scenes. Why haven't these directors as a collective, or these producers, the folks with the money as a collective, said, look, we can't allow this to continue to happen. We have Spielberg is powerful. Scorsese is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
They have, they can get 300, 200, 150 million for a film and not get a return and still keep coming back.
Right.
I agree.
So you got to ask. I mean, okay, but you got to ask. Here's the thing: when Taraji P. Henson can still come out, and it's 2024, and talk about the same stuff that Monique is talking about when she was filming Almost Christmas, there's a problem. There's still a problem.
Well, yeah,
Right.
We're not resolving the problem.
Well, what I'm trying to-
we're not resolving the problem. We can't resolve the problem for one and not resolve the problem for everybody. Go ahead.
Right.
But what I'm trying to say, maybe they can do it as a collective. Like me, say if I'm Denzel Washington, and I go to Spike Lee, I go to Oprah, I go to all these folks and I say, won't we do this as a team, and we can do this? But all of them look at me saying, no. Do you want me to go out there by myself? And did you
She is
Yeah.
taking an L for it. Yeah.
No, I'm not taking it. I don't want to all the people of my color, of my people, and say, let's do this as a team.
Yeah.
Y'all looking at me going, no. So what am I supposed to do then? I tried, and y'all told me no. Like listen to the pivot stadium show all the time for the Cowboys, the latest one. When the national anthem
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
not Michael Irvin, the one after.
Are you talking about Michael Irvin?
The last 88, not the last 88, not the one before him. He played at Texas.
Oh, I don't know him. No, I know you.
You know what I'm talking
Okay, go ahead.
Like you said, he went to the coach because all the players came because they was complaining about the owner saying that we're not going to take a stand, we're not going to take a knee. They went to the coach, said, for the players now, they all thought off to behind him, saying, I'm not cool with that. I got to go back and see my family, my friend. How y'all going to speak for me and say we're not going to take a knee? You should have done that. No one spoke up for him when he said that, but they agreed with him. The next day, all the players came to us and said, hey, man, we appreciate you. You appreciate me. Then why didn't you speak up when I spoke up? So now I feel like I'm the only person speaking up when they all felt the same way. So y'all just let me out the draft, but y'all meant the same thing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. If one speak up, I mean that's the black man mentality. That's all our mentality. I'm not gonna lose my bag
Right.
for y'all, but we all do it together.
Right.
We can do it. But our thing is, we scared to lose that bag. But like you said, Baker, I agree with you.
Okay.
If Oprah, Denzel, Spike Lee, all them get together, they probably can make it happen. But one ain't gonna make it happen. One is not.
It's going to, you know, I've always said this. I mean, it's going to take a collective. Because that was, I mean, that was ridiculous to hear her to talk about having to drive herself. I mean, look at this. You got to drive yourself to the set.
Yeah, like I said, who made Precious? Okay, who that was Tyler Perry, was it?
No. That was Lee Daniels. That was Lee Daniels.
Like she said, she only got paid $20,000 for that movie.
Yeah.
And when I found out $20,000, y'all want me to go on the road promote for free? No. You only gave me $20,000.
All right.
You'd have gave me.
I hear you. Let's go ahead and wrap it there. Let's go ahead and. Good point, Vi. You make a good point. I'm with you on that. Let's go ahead and wrap it. Big takeaway, Talib, your big takeaway for the week.
I got a couple, and
you got time for one.
I know, but I'm not going to. I'm only going to touch on. I'm only going to touch on the headlines.
Okay, cool.
Just because the headlines were sufficient.
Gotcha. Okay.
In a new biography about the Bee Gees, the Gibbs, there's a new report that says Marie Osmond had to take legal action to end her relationship with Andy Gibb.
Dang.
Like, what? Marie? Just that headline alone was enough to be like, what was happening? But then again, crazy. At that point, we know it was happening. If you know the Andy Gibb story, unfortunately, you know it was happening with the baby brother. You know, he was an addict, an unfortunate addict. But, you know, I mean, how can that be? Like, Marie Osmond at that time is what are they, Mormons, right? You know,
they're from Utah.
Like,
yeah, they were.
Another question is, why are we talking about that now?
Right. Well, because it's in a biography. Okay. Right, exactly. It's in a biography. And, you know, we got to sell books, baby.
Okay.
The second headline was from the Business Insider. And the headline caught my attention because it read verbatim, cats, Ukraine's secret weapon in the war with Russia. And
like CATS?
Like CATS. Like cats. Like... So of course you gotta read on that one, and you know,
I'm gonna have to
support pets. You know, I get it, but now you got something that the soldier has to look out for besides his ass and the rest of his company.
Damn.
Look,
you know what I mean? Now I got to worry about this cat that I've got attached to.
I'm gonna tell you, I've done war, and when I was over there, if a dog crossed the road, cat crossed the road, I'm speeding up. I'm not slowing down for him. We're not. I'm dodging bullets, mines, missiles, and you think I'm going to slow down for the dog and the cat. And you know what they told us? No. You speed up. You do not get lost in that convoy. So I'm not worried about no cat, no dog. If you come across my path, okay, he's going to meet his maker.
Well, no, they're just saying that they're giving the cats away as support pets. You know, support animals. Pets. These are, you know, this is something that you can hold at night.
Give me some more. Give me some more ammo and some grenades. If you want to support me,
that's what I'm talking about.
Give me some more ammo and some grenades. That's the support I need.
Yes, Vi. What you got, Vi? What's your big takeaway for the week, man?
My big takeaway, I know there's racism in this world. I know it. But I think this is a little bit out of bounds. There's a restaurant in San Antonio, Texas, Bentley's Beer. They had a sign that says, no sagging pants or sagging shirts, no do-rags or wave caps. Okay, I don't think that's racism. Because I'm a black man, and if I own a restaurant where you dine in at, I do not want you walking in there with no sagging pants and sagging shorts and do-rags. That's a etiquette thing. That's no different when you can go to a club and the club says no hoodies and no jeans. If I got a dine-in restaurant, you are not allowed to come to my dine-in restaurant with your saggy pants and your saggy shorts and your do-rag. Now, I don't think that's racism.
So if they weren't saggy, it'd be okay.
No.
Pull them up.
Pull them up.
No, I'm saying, do you want a real dress code? Are you establishing this 5-star spot, or are you
not
just
a 5-star spot?
Just say, hey,
it's not a 5-star. You can wear blue jeans. No, you can wear blue jeans. You can wear shorts. You just ain't gonna be sagging.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
the last thing I want to be doing, sit down, eat my food, look up and see the crack of this man's butt or his nasty drawers. No, that's not happening in my restaurant.
Okay.
My thing is, that's racism. There's a whole lot of things to fight for instead of fight for that. Maybe when the old man sitting on the porch, but that's not something I'm willing to fight for. And when you don't call racism, that's too much going on to call that racism.
I got you. I'm just gonna say this, man. 2024 is turning out to be the year of toxicity. it really is, and and everyone. My issue is everybody wants to tear it down, and a lot of it is because we had King Chaos in office who was about that. That's how he ran. The challenge we have though, in tearing it down, we got to make a decision of who rebuilds it.
Right.
And it does speak to some of what you're saying, Bob, in terms of, but see, on the other hand, when the future should not be placed in the hands of someone, what's your responsibility to speak up? So I'm going to leave that there, but I do believe we got to get to a point where this toxic energy, man, is just, it's overtaken everything. I mean, every week there's something, we there's no way to get away from it. I'm not saying you're going to wipe it off the earth, but it's overtaken the conversation, the overall conversation about improving our, so that's my point. And love your feedback. Go to positive or negative, go to Castropolis.net, choose the people poll, leave us a voice message, man. I'll get back to you as best, or we may play it on the podcast. Just go ahead and go there. Appreciate you, Talib Shabazz, as always. Thank you so much, man. Talib, I appreciate you guys lending your voices, man. We don't, don't make no money on this podcast. I mean, it's really just a labor of, I hate to say labor of love. People say, you don't be doing no labor of love. But, it's, we do it every week to have a discussion, to a certain extent for some folks, it's therapy. Because there's a lot going on right now and a lot to talk about. Some people don't want to hear it. Some people do. So I appreciate those who stick with us every single week.
It's my therapy.
Tevai.
That's my therapy. I get to say something. I get to say something whether you like it or not.
Thank you so much. And again, let's go ahead. Let's take a break and we'll come back with Tanya B and the T. Appreciate y'all, man.
Peace out.
Peace.
I'm singing blue skies, sunny days. Life can get confusing, it feels like a maze. But girl, when I'm here with you, nothing feels the same. Got me losing track of time, and I know you're to blame. Yeah. 'Cause you know that your love's enough for the both of us. I swim in the deep end till I feel like coming up. Just here for the weekend.
Now then, children, it's time for tea.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
Yes, children, it's tea time. Your girl is back. I'm still the one up in the club with the fake ID. That's Tanya B. That's me, but I'm also still on the road to recovery. Now, Tanya B, I got to start off this weekend saying shout out to the first group of nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2024. Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Kool and the Gang, Lenny Kravitz, and finally Sade and his Tribe Called Quest. It's about damn time, to quote Lizzo. I also have to say rest in peace to the last surviving member of the legendary Spinners, Henry Fambrough. Lost his life and just went on to glory at the age of 85 years young. I think he really stayed around just to make sure the group got their dap and got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Also dealing with health issues, George Benson, and I'm sure you've heard that O.J. Simpson is receiving chemotherapy for prostate cancer. Ooh, next Sunday, NBA All-Star Game. Jennifer Hudson, halftime performer. National anthem by Babyface. Of course, it takes place in his hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana. Did you hear about Billy D. Williams writing a book, telling the business, claiming that Marlon Brando hit on him in a party? We know all about that, but Billy D said, I love women. Dumb Donkey of the Week, Justin Timberlake. Janet, not forgiven. Britney Spears. He said he don't owe anybody an apology for anything. Is that why his new music isn't selling? Your bus pass and your invite to the picnic revoked indefinitely. Now the Grammys. I was sleeping. I saw some things. Killer Mike won 3 Grammys and got arrested for a dust-up. He goes back to court at the end of this month. Jay-Z's speech made folks uncomfortable because, like he said, when I get nervous, I tell the truth. He spoke truth. Congratulations to Victoria Monet, friend to the podcast, Ann Nesby, Kirk Franklin, the highlight for me, Fantasia, Tina Turner tribute. What's up with this Drake sex tape and his, they have the DDL for men giving you a real life third leg. You know what? Sit down. Macy Gray, what's up with her son? Restraining orders filed for the son abusing Macy Gray and her daughter. He's been doing this for the last 2-3 years. That is crazy. Club Shay Shay Monique, girlfriend have a seat. Was this a stunt because she and Cat Williams planned the whole thing from square one? Now they're going on tour. Monique, old story, old news. You're still trashing Oprah, Tyler Perry, talking about Tiffany Haddish might not have got her DUIs if she had a husband like yours. Girl, bye. But of everything, I love D.L. Hughley's clap back, and now she clapping on Kevin Hart saying he was supposed to help me get my TV show back, and then he ghosted me. Smart business move on his part. Okay, speaking of Cat Williams, in May he has a Netflix special. In April, Mike Epps Netflix special. Eve writing a book. Who's that girl? Like that song she had out. Will she spill about behind the scenes things going on in hip hop? Will she spill about stripping, acting, and Stevie J? I don't know. We love Kiki Wyatt. We love her singing. I love her song, Water into Wine. But if she's going to open a church, what is it going to be called? The Church of Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, Praise and Worship Center? Kiki, you may love the Lord with all your heart, but this is not your lane, mama. Did you know that Sony Music just bought a stake? Sony Music, the one who tried to shut down Michael Jackson's career, okay? They really did. They bought a stake in his music catalog. It's valued at more than $1 billion. It is a gift that keeps on giving, and I can't wait for that April 2025 biopic. Have you seen the pictures? The pictures of Coleman Domingo and Nia Long as Joe and Catherine Jackson. Never say never, Tamar Braxton, because you are returning to reality TV. I think she and her mama and her sisters could all use a little extra, few more coins in the bag. But it's called out, the Braxtons are back. But hey, Tony doing well. Headed to Las Vegas for a residency with Cedric the Entertainer. Holla. Author Terry McMillan bringing her books to Lifetime as a series. How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Waiting to Exhale, Who Asked You, A Day Late and $1 Short, and I am so ready for that. I'm also ready for, I don't call it the Super Bowl, I call it the Usher Bowl. Usher baby, Little John, Ludacris, Alicia Keys. Who else is rumored to be hitting the stage with Usher? Burna Boy, 21 Savage, The Dream, Her, Summer Walker, and even Jungkook from BTS. Usher's new album, Coming Home, hot ass fish grease. I'm telling you, this tour he's going on is selling out because they're already adding dates. And I say, move over, Wayne Newton, the new Mr. Las Vegas. It's Usher, baby. Usher, please don't mess this up. You know, he's got more time during the Super Bowl halftime show than any other entertainer. He could change the course of music. He's also building an empire outside of the music industry. Very smart, a lot of residual, multiple income streams. So, Tommy B, who you got? Kansas City, the 49ers? I'll be honest, I don't care. I'm going for the hang, the halftime show, and the food. It's your girl, Tiny B. Don't forget to check out This Is a G Podcast Daily. Go to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and share. And don't forget the Birdwire 24/7 on demand at Castropolis.net. Later.
Big thanks to Tanya B., Vi, Talib, and author and political analyst Harold Michael Harvey. Check out his Young Thug trial updates at haroldmichaelharvey.com. Thanks to the crew, Millennial Nick, Lady J, Regia, music by K-Dub, all those who help us make it happen each and every week. Don't forget, all links are at castropolis.net. Just go to castropolis.net. All links are there. Share us with friends, y'all. Don't cost you nothing. Not only is the video version of our show on YouTube, and we appreciate those who have subscribed. If you haven't, go ahead and do that. It's also available on Spotify. So subscribe, turn on notifications for new episodes. And with that, episode 212 is in the can. Have a great week, y'all. Peace and power to the people.
You've been listening to This is the G Podcast. And This is the G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.